Donald Trump Jr., the eldest son of President Donald Trump, is emerging as a potential choice to succeed his father on the Republican ticket in 2028, according to at least one poll. So, are we going to see Donald Trump battling it out with J.D. Vance, frickin' frack, going at it in 2028 if Donald Trump Sr. isn't around? And I remind everyone, in speaking with Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former fixer, one of the things that he told me that stuck with me, and of course he said a few things that have stuck with me, but one of the things that he said that stuck with me was the fact that both of the kids Eric and Don Jr. came to him and said, whatever we do, we don't want to grow up to be like our dad. And here they are now, full throated, all the way in, knee deep or finger deep, somewhere where they shouldn't be, in Donald Trump. So, John, first of all, let's attack the J.D. Vance angle of that. We have seen him out more and more. Donald Trump has been less and less productive, as you've noted on several occasions. He sits instead of stands. He doesn't do his rallies anymore. He's listless. He's often quiet and raspy, doesn't talk as well as he used to. He has some known health problems. So is J.D. Vance warming up in the bullpen, A? And B, do you think Donald Trump Jr. and him will end up in 2028 facing each other in a WWE smackdown?
Ah, yes, nicely done. There's a lot there, obviously. Let's start with J.D. Vance. Now, I wrote a story, I believe, in April of 2000. When did he was sworn in 60? So April 2017, excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. Mike Pence I noticed where Mike Pence, then Vice President Pence, was going. He was spending a lot of time in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia. And I wrote a story and I talked to a source very close to the vice president, still is very close to the vice president, worked in his office at the time. And I pitched it to this source. I said, we're writing the story. This feels like a just in case situation because somebody would have to be the nominee if Trump were to leave office or not run again. And the source said, yes, you're absolutely right. The vice president is reintroducing himself to those voters, reminding them that there is a Republican Party beyond Donald Trump. So I am not surprised that J.D. Vance is doing this, especially because it's highly legally questionable if Donald Trump could run again and if elected could serve a third term. And he leaves the door open, so we really don't know. I'm not that surprised that Vance is out there. So I'm not surprised because Pence did the same thing. It's the Pence playbook. We don't know if it would be a short relief game because if, heaven forbid, and nobody wants this, something did happen to the president in the next few months, well, it would be a long relief game for J.D. Vance, who would assume the presidency with, 3 years, 2.5 years to go. So heaven forbid, and again, nobody wants anything to happen to the president. We want this to go down the legal political path. So Donald Trump Jr., let's go to the early summer 2019. Young reporters John Bennett and Brian Karam are in an airplane hangar in Lycombe County, Pennsylvania. And
yes.
There is a Trump on stage, and the crowd is eating out of the palm of his hand every word, every syllable, every catchphrase. And that was not the then president of the United States, Donald John Trump. That was his eldest son with the beard, Donald Trump Jr. He had that crowd, and we said this on the ride back. We had to take school buses. That was fun. Back to the mall parking lot, and Brian and I were chatting on the school bus, and some Trump supporters who were also on the bus agreed with us that the star of that rally was not Donald John Trump Sr., it was Donald Trump Jr. So he has the gene. Eric Trump does not have the gene. I was in the arena for the Republican National Convention last year in Milwaukee when Eric Trump spoke. He had a very nice time slot, and he never had that crowd. I'm pulling a Joe Biden. I'm getting close. He never had the crowd. Yeah. He never had the arena. You could hear people like walking around and going to the concession stand and talking amongst themselves when Eric was up there. So it won't be Eric. If it's going to be a Trump offspring, it is going to be Donald Trump Jr., and he has it. He had the arena in Milwaukee. There was a rally here at the Capital One Arena. God, when was that? It was before the election. They had to go inside, but yeah, they had to go inside because it was too cold. Yeah, and Donald Trump Jr. had the crowd at Cap One. He has the gene. He's charismatic. He's been divorced. He's had relationships. I don't know how much voters even care about that anymore. But someone is going to have to take the MAGA baton